Hong Kong is a dynamic and vibrant metropolis located on the southern coast of China. Known for its stunning skyline, which features a blend of modern skyscrapers and historic buildings, Hong Kong serves as a major global financial and trade hub. It boasts a unique cultural mix, combining influences from its British colonial past with deep-rooted Chinese tradition. The region is divided into three main parts: Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and the New Territories. Hong Kong Island is famous for Victoria Peak, offering breathtaking panoramic views, and its bustling central business district. Kowloon, across Victoria Harbour, is known for its lively markets, shopping areas like Sim Shat Sui, and cultural attractions. The New Territories, a more rural and scenic area, feature lush green landscapes, hiking trails, and trading. Hong Kong's cuisine is world-renowned, from Michelin-starred dim sum restaurants to street food stalls serving local favorites like egg waffles and fish balls. The city also has a thriving arts scene, hosting numerous festivals, art exhibitions, and performances throughout the year. Despite its urban density, Hong Kong has many beautiful outdoor spaces, such as the serene beaches of Lantau Island, the iconic Dragon's Back hiking trail, and various nature reserve. A former British colony, Hong Kong was handed back to China in 1997 under the One Country, Two Systems framework, which has allowed it to maintain a high degree of autonomy and its own legal and economic systems. However, recent political changes have intensified discussions around the region's governance and freedoms. Nevertheless, Hong Kong remains a vibrant city known for its energy-rich culture. Hong Kong, a vibrant metropolis on the southern coast of China, stands as a city of fascinating contrasts where east meets west. Known for its towering skyscrapers and bustling harbour, Hong Kong is not only a financial powerhouse but also a cultural hub brimming with unique traditions and modern influences. Hong Kong's skyline is one of the most recognizable in the world, a shimmering expanse of glass and steel that reflects the city's economic strength. The central district on Hong Kong Island is filled with architectural marvels, including the International Finance Center and the iconic Bank of China Tower. At night, the Symphony of Lights transforms the harbour into a dazzling spectacle, attracting visitors from around the globe. Hong Kong's cultural landscape is a blend of its Chinese heritage and British colonial past. This fusion is evident in its architecture, cuisine, language, and daily life. Historic temples like Man Mo Temple and Wong Tai Sin Temple coexist with colonial landmarks such as the Clock Tower in Tsim Sha Tsui and the former Legislative Council building. The city's festivals highlight this cultural richness. The Chinese New Year, Dragon Boat Festival, and Mid-Autumn Festival are celebrated with enthusiasm, while events like Art Basel Hong Kong showcase the city's status as an international art hub. One of Hong Kong's greatest attractions is its food. The city is a paradise for food lovers, offering everything from Michelin-starred restaurants to street markets serving iconic dishes. Dim sum, with its endless variety of steamed buns, dumplings, and other bite-sized delights, is a must-try. Street food, like egg tarts, roasted goose, and stinky tofu, gives visitors a taste of local flavor, while neighborhoods like Mong Kok and Sham Shui Pio are known for their bustling food scenes. Despite being a bustling urban center, Hong Kong is blessed with abundant natural beauty. Nearly 40% of the land is reserved as country parks and nature reserves. Hiking enthusiasts can explore trails like the Dragon's Back, which offers sweeping views of the South China Sea and rolling hills. Lantau Island, the largest island in Hong Kong, is home to the serene Tian Tan Buddha and picturesque beaches. Victoria Peak remains one of the city's top attractions, providing panoramic views of the skyline, Victoria Harbour, and surrounding islands. The Peak Tram, a historic funicular railway, takes visitors on a thrilling ride up the mountain. Since the 1997 handover from Britain to China, Hong Kong has operated under the One Country, Two Systems principle, which granted it a high degree of autonomy. However, in recent years, tensions have grown as Beijing's influence has become more pronounced. Controversial legislation, pro-democracy protests, and changes to governance have drawn international attention and sparked debates about the city's future. Despite these challenges, Hong Kong continues to be a place where innovation thrives. The city's universities and research institutions are highly regarded, and its technology sector is rapidly expanding, with startups focusing on everything from fintech to artificial intelligence. From the bustling markets of Mong Kok to the luxury shopping malls of Causeway Bay, Hong Kong never stops. The city's nightlife is equally exciting, with a wide range of options from trendy rooftop bars in Lantau Island to vibrant night markets in Temple Street. Whether it's shopping, dining, or exploring cultural attractions, Hong Kong promises something for everyone. Hong Kong stands as a testament to the power of resilience, innovation, and cultural harmony. Whether you are visiting for business, leisure, or adventure, this remarkable city offers a mix of experiences that captivate and inspire. Hong Kong is a special administrative region of the People's Republic of China. With 7.4 million residents of various nationalities in a 1,104 square kilometer 426 sq mi territory, Hong Kong is the fourth most densely populated region in the world. Hong Kong was established as a colony of the British Empire after the Qing dynasty ceded Hong Kong Island in 1841-1842 as a consequence of losing the First Opium War. The colony expanded to the Kowloon Peninsula in 1860 and was further extended when the United Kingdom obtained a 99-year lease of the new territories in 1898. Hong Kong was occupied by Japan from 1941 to 1945 during World War II. The territory was handed over from the United Kingdom to China in 1997. Hong Kong maintains separate governing and economic systems from that of mainland China under the principle of one country, two systems. Originally a sparsely populated area of farming and fishing villages, the territory is now one of the world's most significant financial centers and commercial ports. Hong Kong is the world's third-ranked global financial center behind New York City and London, ninth largest exporter and eighth largest importer. Its currency, the Hong Kong dollar, is the ninth most traded currency in the world. Home to the seventh highest number of billionaires of any city in the world, Hong Kong has the largest number of ultra-high net worth individuals. Although the city has one of the highest per capita incomes in the world, severe income inequality exists among the population. Despite being the city with the most skyscrapers in the world, housing in Hong Kong is consistently in high demand. Hong Kong is a highly developed territory and has a Human Development Index of 0.956, ranking 4th in the world and currently the only place in Asia to be in the top 5. The city has the highest life expectancy in the world and a public transport usage exceeding 90%. The name of the territory, first romanized as Hong Kong in 1780, originally referred to a small inlet located between Aberdeen Island and the southern coast of Hong Kong Island. Aberdeen was an initial point of contact between British sailors and local fishermen. Although the source of the romanized name is unknown, it is generally believed to be an early phonetic rendering of the Cantonese or Tanka Cantonese phrase Hong Kong. The name translates as fragrant harbor or incense harbor. Fragrant may refer to the sweet taste of the harbor's freshwater influx from the Pearl River or to the odor from incense factories lining the coast of northern Kowloon. The incense was stored near Aberdeen Harbour for export before Victoria Harbour was developed. Sir John Davis, the second colonial governor, offered an alternative origin. Davis said that the name derived from Unking Red Torrent, reflecting the color of soil over which a waterfall on the island flowed. The simplified name Hong Kong was frequently used by 1810. The name was also commonly written as the single word Hong Kong until 1926, when the government officially adopted the two-word name. Some corporations founded during the early colonial era still keep this name, including Hong Kong Land, Hong Kong Electric Company, Hong Kong and Shanghai Hotels and the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. Earliest known human traces in what is now Hong Kong are dated by some to 35,000 and 39,000 years ago during the Paleolithic period. The claim is based on an archaeological investigation in Wong Tai Sin Temple in 2003. The archaeological works revealed knapped stone tools from deposits that were dated using optical luminescence dating. During the Middle Neolithic period, about 6,000 years ago, the region had been widely occupied by humans. Neolithic to Bronze Age Hong Kong settlers were semi-coastal people. Early inhabitants are believed to be Austronesians in the Middle Neolithic period and later the Yue people. as hinted by the archaeological works in Shaha, Sai Kung. Rice cultivation had been introduced since late Neolithic period. Bronze Age Hong Kong featured coarse pottery, hard pottery, quartz and stone jewelry, as well as small bronze implements. The Qing dynasty incorporated the Hong Kong area into China for the first time in 214 BCE after conquering the indigenous Bayou. The region was consolidated under the Nanyue Kingdom, a predecessor state of Vietnam after the Qing collapse, and recaptured by China after the Ha conquest. During the Mongol conquest of China in the 13th century, the southern Song court was briefly located in modern-day Kowloon city before its final defeat in the 1279 Battle of Yamen by the Yuan dynasty. By the end of the Yuan dynasty, 7 large families had settled in the region and owned most of the land. Settlers from nearby provinces migrated to Kowloon throughout the Ming dynasty. The earliest European visitor was Portuguese explorer Jorge Alvares, who arrived in 1513. Portuguese merchants established a trading post called Tamao in Hong Kong waters and began regular trade with southern China. Although the traders were expelled after military clashes, in the 1520s Portuguese-Chinese trade relations were re-established by 1549. Portugal acquired a permanent lease for Macau in 1887. After the Qing conquest, maritime trade was banned under the He Jin policies. From 1661 to 1683, the population of most of the area forming present-day Hong Kong was cleared under the Great Clearance, turning the region into a wasteland. The Kangxi Emperor lifted the maritime trade prohibition, allowing foreigners to enter Chinese ports in 1684. Qing authorities established the Canton system in 1757 to regulate trade more strictly, restricting non-Russian ships to the port of Canton. Although European demand for Chinese commodities like tea, silk, and porcelain was high, Chinese interest in European manufactured goods was insignificant, so that Chinese goods could only be bought with precious metals. To reduce the trade imbalance, the British sold large amounts of Indian opium to China. Faced with a drug crisis, Qing officials pursued ever more aggressive actions to halt the opium trade. Hong Kong is on China's southern coast, 60 kilometers, 37 mi east of Macau, on the east side of the mouth of the Pearl River estuary. It is surrounded by the South China Sea on all sides except the north, which neighbors the Guangdong city of Shenzhen along the Shamchun River. The territory's 1,110.18 kilometers, 428.64 sq mi area 2,754. 97 kilometers if the maritime area is included consists of Hong Kong Island, the Kowloon Peninsula, the New Territories, Lantau Island, and over 200 other islands. Of the total area, 1,073 kilometers, 414 sq mi is land and 35 kilometers 14 sq mi is water. The territory's highest point is Tam Mo Shan, 957 meters, 3,140 feet above sea level. Urban development is concentrated on the Kowloon Peninsula, Hong Kong Island, and in new towns throughout the New Territories. Much of this is built on reclaimed land, 70 kilometers, 27 sq mi 6% of the total land or about 25% of developed space in the territory is reclaimed from the sea. Undeveloped terrain is hilly to mountainous, with very little flat land, and consists mostly of grassland, woodland, shrubland, or farmland. About 40% of the remaining land area is country parks and nature reserves. The territory has a diverse ecosystem. Over 3,000 species of vascular plants occur in the region, 300 of which are native to Hong Kong, and thousands of insect, avian, and marine species. Hong Kong has a humid subtropical climate, characteristic of southern China, despite being located south of the Tropic of Cancer, although closely bordering on a tropical climate. Summers are long, hot and humid, with occasional showers and thunderstorms and warm air from the southwest. The humid nature of Hong Kong exacerbates the warmth of summer. Typhoons occur most often then, sometimes resulting in floods or landslides. Also rarely occurring are waterspouts and tornadoes, which occurred at Hong Kong International Airport on 26 September 2020 and at Victoria Harbour on 28 September 2024. Winters are short, mild and usually sunny at the beginning, becoming cloudy towards February. Frequent cold fronts bring strong, cooling winds from the north and occasionally result in chilly weather. Autumn is the sunniest season, whilst spring is generally cloudy. Snowfall has been extremely rare in Hong Kong. The last reported instance was on Tam O Shan in 1975. Hong Kong averages 1,709 hours of sunshine per year. Historic temperature extremes at the Hong Kong Observatory are 36.6 degrees Celsius (97.9 degrees Fahrenheit) on 22nd August 2017 and 0 degrees Celsius (32.0 degrees Fahrenheit) on 18th January 1893. The highest and lowest recorded temperatures in all of Hong Kong are 39.0 degrees Celsius (102 degrees Fahrenheit) at Wetland Park on 22nd August 2017 and 6.0 degrees Celsius (21.2 degrees Fahrenheit) at Tam O Shan on 24th January 2016. Hong Kong has the world's largest number of skyscrapers, with 554 towers taller than 150 meters (490 feet), and the third largest number of high-rise buildings in the world. The lack of available space restricted development to high-density residential tenements and commercial complexes packed closely together on buildable land. Single-family detached homes are uncommon and generally only found in outlying areas. The International Commerce Center and to International Finance Center are the tallest buildings in Hong Kong and are among the tallest in the Asia-Pacific region. Other distinctive buildings lining the Hong Kong Island skyline include the HSBC main building, the anemometer-topped triangular Central Plaza, the circular Hopewell Center, and the sharp-edged Bank of China Tower. Demand for new construction has contributed to frequent demolition of older buildings, freeing space for modern high-rises. However, many examples of European and Lingnan architecture are still found throughout the territory. Older government buildings are examples of colonial architecture. The 1846 Flagstaff House, the former residence of the commander of the British forces in Hong Kong, is the oldest Western-style building in Hong Kong. Some buildings, such as the Court of Final Appeal building and the Hong Kong Observatory, retain their original functions, and others have been adapted and reused. The former Marine Police headquarters was redeveloped into a commercial and retail complex. And Bethany, built in 1875 as a sanatorium, houses the Hong Kong Academy for Performing Arts. The Tin Hau Temple, dedicated to the sea goddess Maju, originally built in 1012 and rebuilt in 1266, is the territory's oldest existing structure. The Pingshan Heritage Trail has architectural examples of several imperial Chinese dynasties, including the Tsui Sing Lau Pagoda, Hong Kong's only remaining pagoda. Tong Lau, mixed-use tenement buildings constructed during the colonial era, blended southern Chinese architectural styles with European influences. These were especially prolific during the immediate post-war period, when many were rapidly built to house large numbers of Chinese migrants. Examples include Louis Seng Chun, the Blue House in Wan Chai, and the Shanghai street shop houses in Mong Kok. Mass-produced public housing estates, built since the 1960s, are mainly constructed in modernist style. One of the world's most significant financial centers and commercial ports, Hong Kong has a market economy focused on services, characterized by low taxation, minimal government market intervention, and an established international financial market. It is the world's 38th largest economy, with a nominal GDP of approximately $407 billion. Hong Kong's economy ranked at the top of the Heritage Foundation's Economic Freedom Index between 1995 and 2021. However, Hong Kong was removed from the index by the Heritage Foundation in 2021, with the foundation citing a loss of political freedom and autonomy, making Hong Kong almost indistinguishable in many respects from other major Chinese commercial centers like Shanghai and Beijing. Hong Kong is highly developed and ranks 4th on the UN Human Development Index. The Hong Kong Stock Exchange is the 7th largest in the world, with a market capitalization of 30.4 trillion Hong Kong dollars, $3.87 trillion as of December 2018. Hong Kong is ranked as the 18th most innovative territory in the Global Innovation Index in 2024 and 3rd in the Global Financial Centers Index. The city is sometimes referred to as Silicon Harbour, a nickname derived from Silicon Valley in California. Hong Kong hosts several high-tech and innovation companies, including several multinational companies. Hong Kong is the 9th largest trading entity in exports and 8th largest in imports 2021, trading more goods in value than its gross domestic product. Over half of its cargo throughput consists of transshipments goods traveling through Hong Kong. Products from mainland China account for about 40% of that traffic. The city's location allowed it to establish a transportation and logistics infrastructure which includes the world's 7th busiest container port and the busiest airport for international cargo. The territory's largest export markets are mainland China and the United States. Hong Kong is a key part of the 21st century maritime Silk Road. It has little arable land and few natural resources, importing most of its food and raw materials. More than 90% of Hong Kong's food is imported, including nearly all of its meat and rice. Agricultural activity is 0.1% of GDP and consists of growing premium food and flower varieties. Although the territory had one of Asia's largest manufacturing economies during the latter half of the colonial era, Hong Kong's economy is now dominated by the service sector. The sector generates 92.7% of economic output, with the public sector accounting for about 10%. Between 1961 and 1997, Hong Kong's gross domestic product increased by a factor of 180, and per capita GDP increased by a factor of 87. The territory's GDP relative to mainland China's peaked at 27% in 1993. It fell to less than 3% in 2017, as the mainland developed and liberalized its economy. Economic and infrastructure integration with China has increased significantly since the 1978 start of market liberalization on the mainland. Since resumption of cross-boundary train service in 1979, many rail and road links have been improved and constructed, facilitating trade between regions. The closer economic partnership arrangement formalized a policy of free trade between the two areas, with each jurisdiction pledging to remove remaining obstacles to trade and cross-boundary investment. A similar economic partnership with Macau details the liberalization of trade between the special administrative regions. Chinese companies have expanded their economic presence in the territory since the handover. Mainland firms represent over half of the Hang Seng Index value, up from 5% in 1997. As the mainland liberalized its economy, Hong Kong's shipping industry faced intense competition from other Chinese ports. Half of China's trade goods were routed through Hong Kong in 1997, dropping to about 13% by 2015. The territory's minimal taxation, common law system, and civil service attract overseas corporations wishing to establish a presence in Asia. The city has the second highest number of corporate headquarters in the Asia-Pacific region. Hong Kong is a gateway for foreign direct investment in China, giving investors open access to mainland Chinese markets through direct links with the Shanghai and Shenzhen stock exchanges. The territory was the first market outside mainland China for renminbi-denominated bonds and is one of the largest hubs for offshore renminbi trading. In November 2020, Hong Kong's Financial Services and the Treasury Bureau proposed a new law that will restrict cryptocurrency trading to professional investors only, leaving amateur traders 93% of Hong Kong's trading population out of the market. The Hong Kong dollar, the local currency, is the 8th most traded currency in the world. Due to extremely compact house sizes and the extremely high housing density, the city has the most expensive housing market in the world. The government has had a passive role in the economy. Colonial governments had little industrial policy and implemented almost no trade controls. Under the doctrine of positive non-interventionism, post-war administrations deliberately avoided the direct allocation of resources. Active intervention was considered detrimental to economic growth. While the economy transitioned to a service basis during the 1980s, late colonial governments introduced interventionist policies. Post-handover administrations continued and expanded these programs, including export credit guarantees, a compulsory pension scheme, a minimum wage, anti-discrimination laws, and a state mortgage backer. Tourism is a major part of the economy, accounting for 5% of GDP. In 2016, 26.6 million visitors contributed $258 billion Hong Kong dollars, $32.9 billion US dollar to the territory, making Hong Kong the 14th most popular destination for international tourists. It is the most popular Chinese city for tourists, receiving over 70% more visitors than its closest competitor Macau. The city is ranked as one of the most expensive cities for expatriates. However, since 2020, there has been a sharp decline in incoming visitors due to tight COVID-19 travel restrictions. Additionally, due to the closure of the Russian airspace in 2022, multiple airlines decided to cease their operations in Hong Kong. In an attempt to attract tourists back to Hong Kong, the Hong Kong government announced plans to give away 500,000 free airline tickets in 2023. Hong Kong was the most visited city internationally in the Asia Pacific in 2023, with over 2 million more international visitors than its closest competitor, Bangkok. Hong Kong is an electrifying tourism destination where breathtaking cityscapes meet rich cultural heritage. Visitors are greeted by the dazzling sight of Victoria Harbour, with iconic skyscrapers rising against lush green hills, creating a scene that is both modern and The city offers a multitude of experiences, from exploring bustling street markets like Temple Street Night Market and Ladies Market in Mong Kok to shopping in luxury malls such as those in Central and Causeway Bay. The culinary scene is unparalleled, with must-try experiences like saving traditional dim sum at renowned tea houses, tasting street food in lively neighborhoods, or dining at world-class Michelin-starred restaurants. For those seeking a taste of tradition, historic sites like Man Mo Temple, Wong Tai Sin Temple, and the Big Buddha on Lantau Island provide a glimpse into the spiritual and cultural essence of Hong Kong. The city's vibrant festivals, such as the colorful Chinese New Year celebrations and the Dragon Boat Festival, immerse visitors in centuries.